Hello, in this video we are going to understand about this lab, distributed and cloud computing lab, what exercise we are going to do and how is the lab going to happen, what are the different assessment methodologies or exams you have to take in this lab will be explained to you in this video. So, we are going to use cloud platforms, right? So, already we know that 60% of market share is with only two more than 60% with only two vendors or two platforms, that is AWS and Microsoft Azure. So, these two are leading. There is another one, that is Google Cloud Platform GCP, this also in top. If you combine all three, almost 90% of share is with these three cloud platforms. So, in our lab we are going to use AWS and Microsoft Azure. Okay. So, how we will work in these platforms? 50% of the class will be allotted AWS and the remaining 50% on Azure, right? How will this happen? Let us say for section A, roll number 1 will be given AWS, roll number 3 will be given Azure. Same way, next roll number 5 will be given here 7, then 9, 11, right? Then here I will be given 13 and 15 and so on. This way you have to take alternate students will be choosing AWS. It is starting from roll number 1. So, roll number 1 will take AWS, 1, 5, 9, 13 so on will take AWS as your platform. It is fixed. And roll number 3, 7, 11, 15 and so on will go with Azure, right? This is for section A. For section B again, so AWS and Azure. Here also alternate. So, AWS 2, here 4, here 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 and so on. This way you have to choose your platform. Instructions will be given to you. CR will share the details. I will be sending one document where your name, roll number and which platform is assigned to you will be noted, right? So, this is the first task. You have been allotted a cloud platform, right? Either AWS or Azure. So, that in the full semester, in the full lab, you will be working only in that AWS or in Azure. You will not change your platform, that is fixed, right? This is the first important point for the lab. Now, general instructions, you have to maintain lab notebook. See, we are exploring those two cloud platforms which are very trending in the market. You will have lot of new things to learn in this lab. I would say this is a self-learning lab. You will be given internet in the lab, right? So, you have to maintain a lab notebook. You have to have a notebook and every week what did you learn, every learning what you are doing, whatever you are exploring, you have to note down in your notebook, right? That will be your observation kind notebook or a lab record we will say, right? And you will have continuous assessments every week. So, there are 10 weeks. So, every week you will have an assessment. We will be assessing you by asking you some Viva questions or maybe by conducting some quiz to you, right? So, you will understand this better once I go into the exercises. Okay. So, since we are giving internet to access the cloud platform, you need internet. So, in the lab we will be providing you internet, but you have to minimize doing other activities because internet is given. You will sometimes open your Gmail, some other things you will access. See, some things can be done, some things you can do, but you have to minimize it. I am not saying strictly no, because it's human that you will be accessing other portal, simply opening this page, that portal to verify something, to check something you will be interested to know. So, I don't stop you, but your job is to work only on the cloud platforms in the lab, right? Some urgency you can access them, that freedom is with you, right? And you know, we are going to study about AWS and Azure. Just go to naukri.com or any job portal and just see number of job openings you have on these two technologies, right? These two platforms are very trending. Industry need lot of people who knows AWS and Azure. So, please effectively utilize this lab, learn the services, deploy some applications as per our instructions. You will definitely get a job. I know lot of MCS students, your super seniors who worked with me on AWS, Azure and GCP have landed in good company, right? So, please effectively utilize this lab, learn. This is an opportunity for you to 2 hours lab or 2.5 hours lab, whatever as per the schedule, you effectively utilize it. Okay. Then assessment, as I said, continuous assessment for 30 marks for 10 weeks. So, every week 3 marks or maybe some 6-7 times 5 marks each. Then for the notebook what you are writing 10 marks, you will be given a project to deploy a web application. So it is mandatory, it is assumed that you all know how to build web applications by this time. If not, you have to you will have a course on web technologies. Whatever application you are designing there in the lab, that one you have to bring it and deploy it. That will be for 30 marks, and then final lab assessment for 30 marks. Okay. Now what are our list of experiments? Let's quickly go through that. Right. This is completely different lab. This is based on the industry requirement. Okay. So these experiments, if you complete, you can write some AWS certification exams, or you can put AWS or Azure in your resume and you can look for a job in that. That much powerful and useful experiments are given here. Right. So the first one is to create a free tier account on AWS or the Azure, depending on your platform. Explore the region, zones and services in the cloud platforms. Right. So every week before the lab, you will be getting these instructions on what to do in the next week lab. Right. So next week exercise, if you see week 2, it is about exploring identity and security services. So both, that is the first and fundamental important point which you have to do before exploring anything in the cloud. So that information will be shared with you. So the first week exercise, let's see what it is. So in this coming Tuesday, the first week lab exercise is create a free tier account on AWS or Azure and explore the region, zones and services. Right. So AWS, Azure are free up to 6 months. Okay. So you will not be charged because they are on payment basis. So you will have to pay money if you are using their services for long time. But for practicing up to 6 months, limited resources, it is free for us. Right. So the first week full task is to create account in your allotted cloud platform. Right. And you explore the region. There are regions, Asia region, South Pacific, right, America, Europe, like that. They have different regions and they have zones. In India itself, we have Mumbai zone, Hyderabad zone, Kolkata zone, like this we have zones. Right. And there are a lot of services. Cloud platforms are meant for services. There are hundreds of services in both the platforms. So your task on week 1 is to create account. Right. In the lab, you have to create the account, and then you have to understand what is the region, what is zone, what is the difference between them. Right. That is your task. But the important point here is you have to use debit card or credit card to create account. Though it's a free account for 6 months, still you have to use this, because they will deduct 1 rupee from your account and send it back to you just for payment verification. And after 6 months, if you are not deleting the services, you will be charged money. Okay. So we will take care before the lab ends. In the 10th week, after your final assessment completes, in the lab itself, in my presence, you will be deleting all your services and deactivating your account, so that you are not charged any money. Remember this, you should be very, very careful. Don't simply complain, I don't have debit card or credit card. You have to have it. Only then you can create your account. Right. It will just deduct 1 rupee from your account just to verify that the account details or the card details what you are given are valid. Okay. And every week also you can delete the services before you leave the lab. Let's say in week 3 you are exploring, here you are exploring S3 or blob, S3 storage services. In AWS or we have S3, and in Azure we have blob. These are storage services. So we will be creating lot of buckets. So when you create bucket, when you load a video, you can upload images, you can upload CSV file, all data we can throw it in the storage services like S3 or blob. So once you explore them, once you delete, upload, do all the experiments, whatever task you have to do, then before leaving the lab, you have to delete those buckets, delete those services which you have played with. Then there will not be any problem every week if you keep deleting, or otherwise before you complete this semester lab, last week lab, or before the final assessment, I mean to say before the closing of the lab assessment, you can delete everything, deactivate your account, then you will not be charged anything. Right. So this is mandatory. Don't complain, don't say sir give my details. You all have debit card or credit card. Any of your friends details also you can give. One card can be given for multiple peoples also, you can use that. It is not a problem. It is safe to give details, because it's your responsibility also to deactivate your account in these platforms within 6 months. right? So this one caution I am giving to you, but you have to bring your debit card or credit card to create the account. So week 1 in this coming Tuesday, that is 6th of January, we will be helping you how to create accounts and how to explore those zones. So account creation in AWS, right? So for this is the link. If you just type in Google account creation AWS, if you click, you will get the first link itself, aws.amazon.com console, right? If you click this, you will have the sign up option. You can sign up. While signing up, it will ask you a lot of details, why you are going to use this. You can give some details. It is for personal purpose, you can give, and then you have to enter your details. Account will be created, and you will get an email also once the account is created, right? You have to remember, note down your account username, password. Don't, because next week you come to lab, you forget everything. You will complain, I don't remember my username, password. So once you create the account in the first week lab, note down in your observation notebook so that you can delete those services, right? And there is a wonderful documentation for both these platforms. So from where will you learn? You will say, sir, how will I learn how to create account, how to explore services, what is S3, all for everything. There is a beautiful documentation by AWS, right? So just if you type AWS documentation, you will find this link. You can go select the service, read that document in the lab, take down the notes, and then explore that particular service in the cloud platform, right? So there is same way for Azure as well. We have the account creation. You just click on Azure account creation. It will show you the option. You will see create a free account. Once you click this link, you will find an option, create free account, right? You will see create free account. So create the free account and then you start exploring it. Same way, Azure also has very good documentation. If you see, let's say you want to talk about S3 or blob, you want to study. This is for Azure, this is for AWS. Storage service, where we can store our files, right? So if you click on this link, and if you click on the search for blob, read that document. It explains nicely what is blob, how to upload data, how to delete it, what settings we have to do. Everything will be neatly explained, right? We are indirectly in this lab, we are making you to sit for 2 hours, learn about these platforms. Only you are going to learn, and assessment is based on your learning, right? This is going to add in your resume. You can talk to your seniors. They will explain you what is the importance of AWS and Azure. Everybody in industry is using this, so it is a good opportunity for you to learn this and effectively utilize this lab, right? I hope you understood the important instruction. Again, I am giving you, please come to lab every week, because there is continuous assessment. And you for the first week, to create the account, bring your debit card or credit card along with you to create the account. Note down your username, password, and start exploring on that. Whatever you are learning, you have to write in that notebook, right? So week by week, we will be giving you instructions. So for week 1, your job is to create free tier accounts and explore what is the region, what is the zone, what is the service. Actually, these platforms, they don't put all their services in one server and in one location. They will put, like in India, if you see, the storage part is in Mumbai, the computation part is in Hyderabad. Same platform, you have to just on top, you will be observing there is one zone change option. So some services are available only in particular zone, just to balance the load. That's it, nothing else. But you should know, very importantly, you should know what about the zones and regions, right? So please do this. So see you in week 1 lab. Thank you.